Welcome, my friends, my family, my fellow gamers. Your boy Porter Rock 77 coming back at you with my boy Next Gen 720. You know, the bot follower, you know, the man, the cure, the man who's gonna bring the cure to all this diabetic gaming that's going around in these streets. You know what I'm saying? We still don't have a name for the show.
I thought it was a rock with Digital Streets.
Digital Streets. You like that name?
Let's go.
All right. All right. So there you go. Welcome to the Digital Streets Podcast, episode 2, where we talk about, you know, whatever the fuck we want to talk about. But that's it, man. So my man, yo, what's going on, man? Yo, I heard, you know, you were bleeding out or some shit. What's going on, man?
What's man. Nosebleed, man. I got allergies real bad, man. My neck and my back. You know what I mean? But I'm like I said, you know, I can't sleep under the air conditioner to dry my sinuses out, man. I wanted to blow my nose. It was uglier than a Masterpiece sneaker. Can you hear me loud and clear?
I can. You kind of sound far, like in the back.
Oh, hold on. Let me move up. Hold up. Can you hear me in the back? Give me the keys. What about now?
Better.
Better? Oh, still not optimal. Hold on, bro. Let me move this back here. Hold on one sec. What about now?
Yeah, something better. Yeah, I boosted up your mic all the way. So I'm gonna call it. Do you want to call it Digital Streets Podcast, or do you want to call it the Digital Streets Show?
Either or, don't make a difference.
I think Digital Streets Show. It kind of separates the Digital Streets Show.
Okay, you got it. You got the Latin lover.
There you go. Let me see. In fact, let me update the shit. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. You saw the Christianing of the Digital Streets Show with the fucking brothers.
The Odd Brothers, right?
You know what I'm saying? You got a motherfucker who's balling on hookers of cocaine, and a cheap ass motherfucker worrying about his 401k.
Yeah, right. One nigga got his shit together, other motherfucker got champagne taste and bad money. For real.
Yo, that's a good quote right there.
Champagne
taste with bad money. Oh shit. So what you been doing before? You know, we letting the room fill up and shit. How's everything? Yo, congrats, bro. That multiplayer podcast shout out from PlayStation World.
Oh yeah, that was ill, right? You know what's crazy? Don't put it out. Not to sound too cocky, I'm not surprised. I always say that, and I don't know why people never. You'd be surprised who watches your show, right? You know what I mean? Yeah. I've been, and this was told to me. You know, since I've been doing this, I met several people within the industry. I don't look at it as a big deal. But I always give you an example, like you have like the Michael Patchers and stuff like that. Set on Lionel Boljum, left you $2. But you know what I mean?
Yeah, my man said Porter Cook, aka Porterhouse. What's up, man? Motherfuckers taking down and starting up a cooking channel.
Yeah, you cooking, you just got finished cooking. They will pay, you know, like Michael Patcher, you know, these companies, all these analysts, you know, thousands and millions of dollars to. Now they can see what the average J Smo thinks about their product for free. You know what I mean? And I was like, a man named Hardcore Metal. He the ones, you know, I barely know the hell be going on Twitter. He tweeted me like, "Oh, look at this." Like, "Oh yeah, that's what's up." You know what I mean? But yeah, they retweeted the show. You know what I mean?
Somebody said name it the DGS show. What does DGS stand for? Dog shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, bro. But that's pretty cool, man. When I saw that, I was like, "Yo, that's the first time I've seen that." Like. I never seen like a major publication or something shout out a podcast other than like IGN or GameSpot, you know, those podcasts, which for good reason, you know, they all tied together. Mm-hmm. When I saw that multiplayer podcast, I was like, yo, we out here, we made it. Yo.
Said we made it.
Yeah, we made it. I felt like Jadakiss, we gonna make it. We gonna make it. Yo, it was crazy though. You know what I'm saying? Did you ever see Xbox World or something? Shout out BGST or some shit?
Hell no. The clothes, to be fair though, what's my man named Mikey Burnham guy? They always used to hop in the live stream.
Okay.
In the chat.
Until shit started going left.
Sometimes I dropping the M-bomb and shit like that. Better get it, I'm off the cuff, man. You know what I mean?
Shit, man. That's what's up, man. But it's good, man. Yo, welcome everybody. I want to say it's another episode. We're gonna kick it. You know, the next gen in Porter Rock way. You know how we do it. Yeah. So what you want to start? You want to start off with that Microsoft fuckboy exclusive? Like what's it called? What's that shit called?
I don't even know.
So my man Ran, he made a video. I'm gonna look it up right now. If people aren't aware, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna post Rand's video in the chat. And oh shit, fuck am I doing? Look at this. All right, hold on. And I saw his video, and he showed a new Microsoft exclusive.
Yeah,
but it's for PC, and it's like a point and click drag racer game. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Here's the thing, though, and they didn't promote it, just like kind of stuff released it. But to be fair, like, it's not that I have an issue with it or anybody. You know, Microsoft's a big company, right? When you think about gaming, though, check it out, right? And just going, like I said, I would hate to question Phil's integrity. These are his words. He said, because he did say that there will be some games that will release exclusively on PC. Then he did also say there will be some games that will release exclusively on the console. I have yet to see that. And my only issue with that is that the Xbox shares their entire library with everything else, and whereas PC still keeps games that are exclusive to their platform. You know what I mean? That's why I'm at. It's like one is treated like this, like the second class citizen or something. You know what I'm saying? Everything day and date on PC. Not saying that I want to play Age of Empire. Not saying that I want to play that drag racing game. But my thing is, I'm not saying I want to go to goddamn Dave and Buster's and drop $15 in the goddamn arcade machine. No. Where are the Xbox exclusives? You know, quality. Not that dog shit they've been pumping out for the last 2 years. You know?
That shit, and here's the thing. So no matter what, they had to invest some type of level of money into this game. You understand what I'm saying? But why are they putting money towards this game when there's an actual problem, with providing quality games, like you said, with the Xbox? If you know there's a problem, fuck all the little side projects. Fuck making games for Dave and Buster's. Fuck all that bullshit, Because I agree, Microsoft is a huge company. They should be able to handle multiple projects at once. Like Sony, they handle multiple things. They got the VR, they got the indies, they did the Pro, they did the Slim, they got first-party exclusives, they're doing the marketing deals, they got the marketing, they're doing commercials, they're doing all this shit. PS Now, they're doing, they have their hands on so many buckets, and they're managing it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Microsoft should have the ability to do the same thing too. So, like the whole Dave and Buster's Halo exclusive, this game that I'm about to show right now, I'm gonna share my screen and I'm gonna show it to everybody. Courtesy to Ran, shout out to Ran Outdoor for showing this. Let me put it up right now. Here it is. This is it right here. Shout out to Ran for showing this. Check out his channel. But Microsoft doing this point and click racer, all that stuff. None of this would be a problem if they were still providing the games and the great exclusives and the great titles for the Xbox platform. As long as you do that, do whatever the fuck you want else. Do anything else you want. Make games for phones, make Labo cardboard boxes for $80. That doesn't matter, But when your shit's anemic on the main priority, which is games for your console, but yet you're doing all this, there's a problem. Where is your focus? Are you actually focused, zoned in on what you were supposed to do? And you brought a good point. I remember, you and everybody else was talking about UWP, and you guys advertised, or at least Microsoft, you guys talked about what Microsoft was advertising, that UWP was going to bring more games to the platform. But to me, it seems like UWP actually took Xbox games and sent it to PC. What do you think about that?
Again, they said that. They said the hand is faster than the eye. Fuck nigga. The Jedi mind trick. Hey, listen, man. No telling what the hell I was out there. Damn. See, I was under the influence of heavy alcoholism back then, right? Yeah. And they said, as far as apps and all that shit there, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, right? And not to sound this whole cliche with the E3. Let me tell you something, for the Rock, right? And I'm just saying, like, I'm off that hype. I'm gonna say this. Here's my disclaimer. I'm off the hype train. I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm not waiting for this motherfucker to crash. I didn't land on Plymouth Rock landed on me. I'm not waiting for this motherfucker to crash, right? Because I don't know. I just the decisions that they're making, that they're doing. You got Aaron Greenberg out there saying they're not holding back. They better have a hell of a goddamn show to justify the shit that's been going on for the last 2 years.
Yeah, let's do a couple of super chats. My man Lionel Bogan, what's going on, brother? $2 super chat. He says, "Yo Z, you even got BG saying diabetic gaming." Yo,
man.
trendsetters, bro. Yo, I'm telling you, bro. And this is one of the reasons why Z and I we're doing this podcast, because Z noticed, that we set a lot of trends, right? You set a lot of trends, and then I do a little bit. Like one example, that whole November MPD shit. We started that shit a year before when nobody was talking about it. And then all of a sudden, everybody was doing their fucking thing. It means like, what the fuck? Like, now everybody want to jump in this fucking pool party?
You know what's crazy, though?
You know what I'm saying? We started that whole fucking shit.
You know what's crazy, right? And not to toot my horn, it is what it is. It's culture, right? And people can say what they weigh about me, whether they like me or whether they hate me, whether they wish I'd die or whatever the case, right? For me, my little dog shit channel, everything revolves around me. You know what I mean? And the fact that everybody talking about shit spooky in these gaming streets, where you think all that shit come from? I got multi-millionaires talking about they bleed green, like all that shit again. But I think it's dope, man. Shout out to BG. You know what I mean? Diabetic gaming, spooky shit out here looking spooky. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? But it is what it is, though. Even like I said, as far as again, you say trendsetters are. I will say this though. What I have been very, very guilty of in the past is that I start something or whatever, and just don't never follow through with it. I am what you call the epitome of a goat. We call that goat mouth when we from bullshit. You know what I mean? Like I said, you know what? It is what it is. Like I said, to start, like I said, to capitalize on certain things that we do. You know what I mean? Like we were talking about doing this show here for like how long? What around? You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, for like a year, like over a year.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So it is what it is.
All right, another $2 super chat, Stuart Stokes. My man says Super Lucky Tales 2 is a Chuck E. Cheese exclusive. Yeah, well, that's actually a good thing. It should stay there.
Yeah. You got a $5 too. I said it too.
Okay, let me see. Let me scroll down. Shit, $5. Yeah, go ahead.
So the problem is Microsoft doesn't see their lack of compelling exclusives as a problem.
And I think we talked about that too. Great point. Fucking whatchamacallit. Quantum Break is a phenom. Really? Super Lucky Tales is pretty much like Gears of War. Like,
I get out. You know what I mean? It is. Listen, and I ain't trying to soften the blow. You know what I mean? And I Lord knows, I done stomp these motherfuckers out unconscious. He say Phil Spencer, and everybody turned around and said EP2 Brute. They didn't see me. It was me stabbing that goddamn knife when they back. Like, get y'all shit together. You know what I mean? and listen, man. It's at the point, real talk. We got to be honest. We all say we got to get the biggest knife in the drawer. We all know we got to cut the bullshit out. What's the other shit? Men lie, women lie, numbers do not lie, right? We got to call a spade, right?
That's true.
And when I say just got to be honest, we just have to be completely honest what we're talking about, what we're doing here, right? And when you got, and again, I don't have a problem with any of these guys, you know what I mean? And I can sometimes, you say, like, when hindsight is 2020, I can see why a lot of, I won't even say Xbox extreme fanboys get, with these fanboys, period, like this really, but it's all right to be a fan of anything. We're all biased. Everyone have their favorite, their preferred platform. It's cool. But when you have my man like Livewires out there saying that the 68, the new 88, and shit like that, it's like, yo, bro, like, you know what I mean? Now I don't know if they saying this shit from some Howard Stern, shock value, but our game, and I'm not knocking anyone that likes Sea of Thieves. I'm not knocking anybody that say, you know what, I'm enjoying Sea of Thieves. I love poking myself in my goddamn gut, taking my sugar every before my breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That's me. Leave me the fuck alone. Until you guys, I don't have a problem with you guys. Go out there, motherfucking die slow. May lose all your teeth, your eyesight, and your dick stop working. Pause, right? Man, you the man that diabetes take you in your sleep, right? Fuck this. You're here for the fuck shit, right? So, my issue is not with them. You know what I mean? I'm just saying for those of you guys that were on the same token making fun of Sony games with the Rezo guns, the Dookies, and
Chapito 5.
You know what I mean? The bullshit, the Godzillas, you know what I mean? The Moto Jodo, those games there, right? Even making fun of GT Sports, you know what I mean? Saying they're not to the level of quality that, a AAA game. That's what started the whole argument about AAA games, right? And we got to be honest, right? Those games wouldn't seem so bad or look so bad if we had other main games to go along with them. Yeah. But when that's all that we've got in 2 years outside of Forza, you know what I mean, and which we're gonna get every year, it looks kind of spooky, especially with somebody you can't. There's nothing you can tell me about this platform. You know, I've been here since day one. You know, what I mean, since the original OG Xbox, since 2001. I said, for God's sake, I was an Xbox Live beta tester. So that's why I get the question, say shit kind of spooky. Maybe it's not the context of my character, but maybe it's the color of my skin. I'm not someone, you know, some of these channels that claim to be neutral and just come out and just shit on one product constantly. And you know, and I know that they have a preferred preference. You know what I mean? Yeah. Motherfuckers know that I bleed green. I got a tramp stamp. Motherfuckers said I'm the supreme Xbox fuck nigga. Xbox nigga fuck nigga supreme, right? So, you know what I mean? When you got a motherfucker like me and say, oh, and again, scratching my head like this shit look kind of spooky. And again, it's crazy, right? What I'm saying now, Puerto Rico, you know this for damn sure. Listen, I understand I'm a man with a very sketchy past, with some of the lowest morale. My morality is red. And yes, a lot of my subscribers, a lot of everybody, man, a lot of my bitches, a lot of my children, a lot of every goddamn lie, right? But you know, behind the scenes, the conversations that we had, even in me getting in the role of saying diabetic gaming, these motherfuckers can have me a 2-liter Pepsi and Mountain Dew, and you know what I mean? All that shit is that I really, you know what I mean, having fun. It's entertainment, right? I started back to reflect and say, God damn, shit really terrible over here. And then I thought it would, don't get me wrong, a lot of people, I guess, are not a lot of people are, you know, not taking a stance or starting to be more vocal, you know, and I say why, right? But these same motherfuckers would fight me show after show. They didn't want anything outside of Halo, Gears, and Forza. And as a gamer, now I would hate to question their integrity. As a gamer, how could you ever complain about getting more games? You know what I mean? And, you know, to the quality, all I was asking for, to the quality or to the level of what Gears, Halo, and Forza. You know what I mean? And you know, but like it is what it is. You know what I mean? No, they make that in Uncharted. You see what happened in Uncharted 3, and what the fuck? What are you talking about? You know what I mean? The C team made Uncharted 3, and that goddamn game, you know what I mean? Like, this shit crazy as hell. You know what I mean? So, you know, here's the thing. At the end of the day, right? And he say men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. You Xbox guys can no longer hang their hat on Halo as being the supreme when it comes to exclusives on consoles, right? Because you got a goddamn a single player. What he say, a one and done.
Yeah,
it did 5 million a month. I don't know what Halo did in a month. I don't know.
Well, we know it did 5 million in 3 months.
Whatever. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, most likely a one and done is going to probably. I don't know what the lifetime sales of Halo are. I'm just saying for you know, for right now it's outpacing that. Maybe it might slow down. You know what I mean? I don't know, but you know what I mean. So you can no longer hang your hat on that there. You know what I mean? Rest on your laurels here. It's just it comes to time, and I'm gonna shut the hell up here, where you have to be honest. You know what I mean? If you want things to be better, if you deserve better. Now some people just don't care. They don't care. They find what buying their multi-plats, whether it's the Call of Duties, the Battlefields every year, and don't buy any of them. So guess what? This conversation ain't for you. You know what I mean? Save your data bandwidth. I don't need to see. Well, I'm enjoying my multiplayer. If you're enjoying your multiplayer, fuck nigga supreme, go play your multiplayer. This conversation is not for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's all.
You know what I'm saying? Oh man, so man, Twitter already starting some bullshit. So Mike Evans, the starting wide receiver for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, my man just came out and tweeted PlayStation better than Xbox all around.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yo, what the fuck is going on in these streets? Yo, everybody's taking shots at Xbox and shit like that. But like here's the thing. Is it time that excuse me. You know, I think a little bit of this diabetic getting is catching up. I gotta get a blood test. You know, I probably get that machine where I prick my finger. Yeah, right. I gotta check my shit on the daily. But is it about time that maybe, just maybe, Phil's not the right guy for this position? That he maybe doesn't have the right vision for the Xbox brand.
Here's the thing, right? Put it out. You want the truth? Mm-hmm. You want the truth, or maybe we can handle the truth, right?
No. That's it. That's what we do. This is digital streets.
We'll be honest here.
Yeah.
that fuck nigga Supreme probably is the optimal fuck nigga for the job. The fact that they made $2.5 billion on a diabetic diet, you know what I mean? And it's all about money at the end of the day. Now, here's the thing, though. You know what I mean? Guys like me, you or I think we are the old realm at the gate. You know what I mean?
We're the old guard.
Yeah, and it's not really about us because you know what I mean. Innocent gaming is a very selfish hobby. You know what I mean? But you have a tale or three companies that's going all three of them in opposite directions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have and this is the difference between Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo. Sony and Nintendo want to win. Microsoft is just happy to be here, and they don't mind handing you your trophy at the end of the race, but long as they don't want to make the goddamn trophy.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
That's a good point. As long as they make the trophy, they'll give it to anybody.
Yeah, and that's you know what I mean. And again, for somebody you know how you say a council warrior peasant such as myself, it's not good for me. You know what I mean? I always said this like it seemed like, and this was again as far as with me. But don't say this. People think what I'm doing, you know, oh, he just placating to the ponies or whoever. No, I'm just being honest. You know what I mean? You got to remove the satire. You know what I mean? Which is crazy as hell, Puerto Rock, right? My messaging has never really changed. I've always been, you know, critical of Microsoft. And, you know what I mean? I believe the goddamn cloud was going to make it 50 times more powerful. I believe that shit. You listen, because I'm just saying, we look at their track record. I go, why would they come out there and lie or whatever the fuck they came with the cloud. You know what I mean? And then slowly that message started to change. That you know, it's not about the cloud for us. The cloud's for everyone. You know what I mean? Let's start scratching my head like, whoa, all right, cool. What the fuck is the end game here?
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, you know what I mean? Like it's about the games. You know what I mean? And what they're serving up for me. It's not adequate, you know what I mean? In my middle-aged man, you know what I mean? I need a healthy diet with vegetables, you know what I mean? Low carbohydrates, you know what I mean? And what they giving me a half a pound of Twizzlers, goddamn soda of Mountain Dew and some Doritos, fuck nigga,
and a bag of kisses. He's like, here you go.
Yeah. Die slow, fuck nigga. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? He said here, Phil said, die slow, fuck nigga Supreme.
Oh.
And this is what they're giving me, and I want more. You know what I mean? And at the same time, I ain't gonna lie, I like making fun of some of the Xbox guys because they're easy as fuck, man. You know, they like the little motherfucker. Like look, right, real shit, right? Let me speak to Teddy. Even me saying that, am I making fun of goddamn handy goddamn cap game? I told you my goddamn grandson's handy. I love that little motherfucker to death, right? But they're taking care of. They got shit for the diabetics. They got shit for the handicap. Where's the shit for the streets? Where's my shit? I get all that. Look, Puerto Rock. What's my man name? K fuck nigga Mega said some crazy shit on BGST last week. When you got to get my little higher score, they did something for the handicap. I don't give a fuck. Listen, kudos to them, right? Oh, but where's my shit at? You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't mind standing up applauding. Hey, yeah, for he's a jolly good fellow. For he's a jolly good fellow. Cool. Where's mine at? Like I watched everybody rap their shit on Christmas, right? I'm sitting there where my shit at? I'm all up under the tree. I'm looking all on top. Where's my shit at? You know what I mean? That's all. I like that. And at the end of the day, it's just that. And again, when's E3? What, in 2 weeks?
Yeah, it's starting June 10th.
Okay, and listen again. To be fair, right? You could be the most diehard Sony guy in the world. You want Microsoft to have a great E3. Why do I say that, right? Yeah. Because again, how you say steel sharpens steel. You don't want a world where it's just PlayStation. You know what I mean? You know, so you get, and I don't know why these companies tend to get cocky when they get the lead. And you know shit Sony was saying, the previous generation, 2 jobs, and our console is so powerful, the TV's out. You know the shit, the crazy shit that Sony was out there saying. You know what I mean? Competition breeds excellence. You know what I mean? So I want Sony to go out. I mean, I want Microsoft to go out there and kill it. Puerto Rock, you have an Xbox.
Yeah.
You prefer your PlayStation. You don't want great games on your Xbox. You know what I mean? It's all about the goddamn game. Forget all the shit that we do here for fun. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's about the games. You know what I mean? And it's not about who won E3. And of course, that's going to be the top of the conversation. Of course, I want Microsoft to come out that bitch and come down with the hammer of Thor. Did I want motherfucking Sony to come out that bitch and come out there with the spirit of Odin? You know what I mean? And it is what it is. I see Lionel Bolger left side.
Yeah. So $10 super chat, my man Lionel. He says, funny how they're talking about how much money Xbox is making, but not about how crazy Sony is getting bigger compared to all its other consoles and consoles in general when it comes to making that money. It is true because 2017, the top 10 companies in terms of gaming revenue, number 1 was Tencent. I remember number 2 was Sony. Number 3 was Apple. Number 4 was Microsoft, and then the rest, I don't fucking remember.
Yeah, my man.
I remember those top 4. Tencent led the pack at number 1, then Sony number 2, Apple's number 3, and then number 4 came Microsoft. Yeah, so everybody's making money in their own way. You brought up a good point that technically speaking, Phil is the right guy because he found, like you said, he found a way to barely serve gamers anything. And yet he's still bringing in money somehow, some way. You know, you're doing more with less. Yeah. So technically, from a business standpoint, that's actually a good strategy. When you can make more money, yet you do less work, that's actually the goal. To do more. And that's exactly what he's doing. He's actually bringing in more money without having to spend a lot of money on games, which is fucked up from how we look at it. But you're kind of right. From Microsoft's point of view, he probably is the perfect guy for that. But he may not be the perfect guy for us.
Yeah, exactly.
But for Nadia Sadala, that's his main dude.
Yeah, he's like,
you're making all this money, and I ain't got to make shit. Or if I do make shit, it could be these $30 fucking diabetic titles. We don't have to actually spend money on full production. AAA games.
I'd like to give a shout out to Lionel Bolger. He be bringing some good comments and shit, man.
Yeah, no doubt, man. He's always been doing that, man. That dude's always bring out some top level shit.
Yeah, he be bringing. I need that motherfucker on BGST to shut them fuck niggas down.
What? Man, I'm telling you, man. I think that dude's Yoshida, bro. Hey, I swear to God, he has a black man's picture on the front and his fucking Yoshida in the background, bro.
Yeah, he be bringing some. I mean, he funny shit too, though. But yeah. You know
what I'm saying? But I think that's the point. I think. You know, overall, you know what's really make the worst? It's true what you said. I mean, outside of the entertainment, out of the character, out of the Twitter bullshit. Because I tell these people, at the end of the day, when I log off of Twitter, I don't give a fuck what people say about what game I'm playing or what I'm doing. At the end of the day, it's me and the console I'm playing in my house. Twitter, YouTube has nothing to do with that. It never did. I've been gaming before the internet, and I'm gonna be gaming long after. Until my bones are desecrated and my wife cremates me and collects $500,000, whatever the fuck, all right? And she keeps the house and the kids and the dog, whatever, all right? But the point is this. You own an Xbox, a PlayStation, whatever. I own an Xbox, PlayStation, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because we do this to play games, you know? And we know from the years we've been gaming that not every platform has all the games. Sometimes you need to buy multiple different platforms to get the best taste of the gaming out there. Like, I'd rather play Gears of War than fucking Order 1886. You understand what I'm saying? Like, if I have the choice between a dog shit PlayStation title and one of the best titles Xbox got, I'm gonna spend the time playing the best Xbox got. Pretty much, when you have all platforms, you play the platform that's putting out the best title at the time. Like, just, you know, you don't want to spend time on trash when you could be spending your time on a great title, because gaming is gaming regardless of what platform you play, you know? So if PlayStation's pushing out dog shit titles, but Xbox has some hotness, then play those hotness until PlayStation comes back, and you go back and forth. The problem is we own all these platforms, and the only thing Xbox is doing is saying we got multiplats. Well, that's a problem, because if that's all if that's the future of Xbox, where you just bring in multiplats, then you really don't need to be a multi-console owner, because you could get all that on another platform. Plus the exclusives, you know, it's hard to justify owning more than one platform if the secondary platform. That was the issue with the PS4 in the beginning. Everybody was saying PS4 got no games. All the games that PlayStation got, you can play on Xbox. So what's the point of investing $400 for Call of Duty when you already have the platform that plays Call of Duty. It doesn't make financial sense to have 2 Call of Duty platforms. That's not the answer, Sway. And I think a lot of people lost that message. A lot of people lost the message of the console needs its own identity. And that identity is the games. It's not the power. Because power comes and goes. Every fucking generation, every 2-3 years, you're going to always have a console that's the most powerful console in the world. And then a year, 2 years later, another one pops up. The most powerful console. That shit shifts back and forth. That doesn't change. That doesn't define a console. You know what I'm saying? Features doesn't define a console. Last gen, Xbox was known for his achievements and party chat. Now everybody got that shit other than that dog shit Nintendo platform. Even phones have fucking achievements and party chat. So that's not even an Xbox thing anymore. That's just a normal thing in gaming. But when you remember Microsoft, Ninja Gaiden Black, Jade Empire, you know what I'm saying? Mech Warrior and shit like that. That shit is an identity that people will always remember.
And you know what? In Puerto Rock, and this, what you're saying is absolutely true, right? You got to realize this, motherfucker. You're about 47, I'm 49, right? A lot of these people within this gaming community now, they're not coming from that era. They never played a Jade Empire in their life, or the ones that are going around hyping up Shenmue never played Shenmue in their life. I mean, they might have heard about it, And again, when I say that, this is where I'm coming from, and I'm not happy. Well, because again, because this used to be the argument. Okay, it's real shit, right? We're gonna be honest here. Sony guys, they come out. Jabari, my brother, I love him to death. I love him and his lips. That's $1,000, JG. Right? Yeah, that's $1,000, G.
That's $1,000, G.
Hey, that shit was crazy. Yo, that shit came out of nowhere. What? That's $1,000, G. Yo, and they used to name these little games. I say, man, it's Xbox. No, I ain't. And again, I ain't with all that. No, I'll give you the. I'm used to the Jade Empires. Again, the Knights of the Old Republics. When Gears first hit, Ninja Gaiden.
Orwin.
Yeah, games like that, Oblivion. You know what I mean? And games like that is what I'm used to. You know what I mean? Over the top, big budget, BioShocks. You know what I mean? When that was the Mass Effects. You know what I mean? And maybe I'm speaking from or people don't how you say? Because motherfuckers here, man. People always want to question my integrity. I would like to question some of these motherfuckers' integrity, like real talk. I always say I'm like the Catholic goddamn priest, right? And when it comes to their confessions to me, and since that time I'm throwing niggas in the bus, I haven't got any confessions lately, right? I close my mouth. But when Microsoft they do this, they do that. Come to me, right, with all their goddamn problems, right? But go on their goddamn. I'm not worried about Microsoft gonna kill it. I mean, like, what the fuck are we doing here? They get full-fledged cake. Everybody want to question my goddamn integrity, right? But everybody want to come to me confessing they got their sins because they don't want to, I guess, upset a certain demographic that they have.
I know exactly what you're talking about because I had dudes going to DM. They'd be like, "Yo, Puerto Rock, man, don't tell nobody." But it's true, man. You right, man. Microsoft's on that bullshit, but I just don't say nothing in public. I'm like, man, this is some. I'm like, all right, bro, don't worry about it, man. All right, I'll just. I'll do, I keep doing what I'm doing, but all right, no doubt. And I'm thinking, man, this is some weird shit. Motherfuckers afraid to fucking say some shit in public? Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know, man. That's some crazy shit. Man, Lionel Bug in $2 super chat, man. He says, life too short for trash games. Hashtag diabetic gaming. It's true, man. I don't play fucking Knack 2. Fucking, I think Killzone's dog shit. Fucking, in my opinion, I don't even think fucking Guerrilla, unless they're gonna do the God of War treatment where they rebuild that whole shit from the ground up and start over. I don't think they should make another Killzone because that shit.
I'm like the same thing. I don't care for Halo.
No, it's just
what I mean. I'm not knocking those that like it's crazy. I don't give a fuck about Halo. The universe. What's her name? Was Ori? What's the goddamn little chick from Halo name?
Flock or whatever.
The one that talks, the little motherfucker that's Siri. No, the goddamn.
Fucking not the Arbiter. Fucking
her, whatever her name.
Fucking Cortana, Siri.
I don't give a fuck about Cortana. I'm not big on the shooters unless it's Gears. You know what I mean? So, and again, before the Xbox became the shooter box and the racer box, I was there before then. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. That's what my roots are planted into. You know what I mean? Because believe it or not, the Xbox was a spiritual successor to the Dreamcast. They had all this shit, going at one time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I came over from that generation. Oh man, my brother the Ruhan.
Yeah, man. What's up, man? Go ahead. He said $10 super chat. You guys, this is a great show. Here's my support. Keep up the good work, man. Appreciate it, man. We're glad to have you all rocking out with us. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna take down Mooch and Crab's bullshit dog show.
Oh shit! All the way down.
You know what I'm saying? Diabetic podcast. Nah, I'm playing, man. I'm playing. No, but it's true, man. Fucking much more like me. Yo, motherfuckers are surprised that I don't like Gran Turismo. Like, I never liked that fucking game, bro. I don't like racers. Like, I can't get into it. Like, I can't get in, sit down, and make left turns for like 2 hours and just say, "Oh, I did it better than you." I don't see, like, it's just not my thing. So, like, if Gran Turismo disappeared, I would give 2 fucks. Like, I really don't care about that franchise, bro. And it's just, and like me and you, like, we don't fucking hype every first party game. It's like we like what we like. And we don't like what we don't like,
Yeah.
Like,
I'm not knocking those that do like it, but I see the importance of it. But I'm saying with Forza, I would take Forza Horizon. That's more of like an arcadey racing. I don't give a fuck about Forza Motorsport.
Yeah,
I don't like simulation racing. I've said that numerous times on my channel. But I understand those are millions of people that do like it, and I get it. You know what I mean? It's just not for me, and not everything Microsoft's gonna like, but with all ball, people know like next gen, or is this just an act? No, it's just me being a gamer. Right now, we're just talking about gaming and what I like right now. And people say, "Well, you weren't talking like that before God of War." And he's a fucking liar. I've been saying this shit forever. You know what I mean?
Yo, if they don't believe you, tell them to go to your 2016 E3 conference podcast,
bro.
You were excited, bro. You were the only dude excited on that podcast. You were like, "Woo!" You were like hit after hit.
Hey, bro, you know what's crazy, right?
And Crap and Mooch were quiet as fuck.
Hey, but we're not gonna get that game for Sony to 2019, 2020.
Yo, you even had that dude, that Phoenix dude. He was on that show.
Blazer Phoenix.
Yeah, Blazer. He was like, yeah, it looks all right. You're like, whoa, that shit looks fire.
Hey, yo, but again, right? It's again like, you know what I mean? We're just talking about games that I like, right? Because I've always owned everything.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck if you see with the biggest Xbox pom. I've always owned every console, and we're just talking about games that appeal to me right now.
Yeah.
PlayStation has the games that I like. You know what I mean?
And you always a God of War dude. You always said you would play God of War over Halo any day.
Oh hell yeah, it's my favorite franchise.
You've been said that.
Yeah, before God of War was even announced, I've always said that.
So we're gonna move since it's your favorite franchise. Oh, all right. Before we move on, Lionel Bogan, $10 super chat, man. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you for the support, man. Supporting our content. Sony needs to drop the PS5 whatever year they do in March or the beginning of second quarter. Give us a decent launch lineup, then follow up with an exclusive for spring and summer. 20 mil first year and shit. All right, so let's talk about that since he put it up. So right now there's talks about PS5. But there's Sony talking about a 3-year strategy, and the message is kind of confusing. Now people are wondering, when is Sony going to actually drop a new console? Is it 2019, or are they going to go with this 3-year strategy, which means 2021? Right? I mentioned that I think what would work best is an early 2020 release. Kind of like what Nintendo did with the Switch. Release it in like a March or February, let's say March, April of 2020, right? Because, they don't produce a lot of consoles in the beginning. There's only so much they can actually manufacture and ship globally. So there's not a lot. So you ship out whatever you can in March, right? And the fact that it's a launch, people are going to buy it. Even though it's not a holiday, you saw Switch sold 900,000 in March. That's because everybody's going to go out and buy the new thing.
I agree with you. The only reason I disagree with you because, again, Sony and Nintendo have two different audiences. You got to realize in the spring, so that year you're gonna have a lot of big multiplats. Nintendo doesn't have that same advantage where they're not really competing against anyone but themselves. You know what I mean? I do believe you're gonna get the PS5 in whatever's gonna cost $500. You know what I mean? It's a lot easier to come up with $500 in during the holiday season than $500 in March. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So that's what I said. What's between $400 to $500. I mean, I'm gonna say they're gonna go for a holiday season because they're gonna have again, whatever,
the Battlefields.
you know what I mean, and then whatever's gonna come out because you realize if they in 2020, they always get the big multiplayer store in the spring and stuff like that. You know what I mean? It's dry during the summer, but it's going to be 2020, and that's my opinion. And they're going to stick with the holiday release. And again, for those saying it's too soon, you got to realize this generation started in 2013.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It may seem too soon. You maybe just got your Pro or whatever in 16. I mean, just got a PS4 in 2016. Whatever the case may be, this generation actually damn already. It's been 5 years, damn near.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like normally, a console generation cycle is 4 to 5 years in new hardware. You know what I mean? That was the typical when they say about 2021. I mean, sorry. Sony usually supports their consoles like 7 years. I mean, so you're probably gonna still have maybe you're gonna call them cross generation titles or whatever. They're gonna probably still release on the PlayStation 4 before everything just focuses on the PlayStation 5.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, but I think at this point, because of game development, how long it's taking games to, I think that's one thing I want to see in the future for next generation. Like, sure, you know, they're gonna do their thing with the hardware, but also focus on the tools to make games faster. You know, really invest in your tool sets and your engines and all that stuff. So that way it doesn't take 6 years to make a fucking game. You know what I'm saying? Because it's taking too long, you know, because the longer it takes to make games, the sustainability of having 5-year generations is going to be tougher. You know, because like look at fucking CD Projekt Red. They only made one game this whole fucking gen, which is The Witcher 3. You know, now they're working on Cyber, you know, Punk, whatever, but chances are that's a next gen fucking title, or at a minimum, a cross-gen title. It's going to be on this current gen, and it's going to come out on next gen at the same time, simply because of how long it's taking to make games and shit like that.
Well, to be fair, with this generation, or with these games, more or less, as far as next generation, I don't think that it's going to take that long because they already have the assets in place.
Yeah,
and they can just build on top of that. Even like I'll give you an example. What's his name? Corey Barlog.
Yeah,
we're talking about as far as the God of War. It's not going to take 5 years for the next God of War because they already have the assets in place. They can just build on what they have. So they're not starting everything from scratch. You got to realize we went from a half a gig of RAM, right?
Yeah.
So 5 or whatever gigs the RAM, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
With the equivalent to DirectX 11 or whatever or higher.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So a lot of those games could, couldn't handle, you know what I mean, these quote unquote these next generation engines. Yeah. So now again, everything, I don't think anyone next generation, if we're going to get a moderate step or leap or whatever, are going to start from the scratch. They're going to build on what they have, you know what I mean? So the game turnaround is going to be much quicker than it was this generation, you know what I mean? Yeah. They already have something in place to build on top of, you know what I mean?
I see. Yeah, that's true. You know, because like, Guerrilla, they built the Decima engine, so I'm pretty sure that engine has longevity, yes, you know, so for this gen and next gen. So yeah, that's true. Good point. So you talked about what you prefer and what gamers you understand. So let's seg that way into Detroit. So Become Human. I haven't played it yet, and I know you haven't played it yet.
I can't afford it. Hey, Lionel, hook a fuck nigga up. I need what do you call it? God damn it. Yakuza, not Yakuza, fuck shit. Detroit, man. I need it, man. Hey, bro, I spent so much money, man, on this dog shit channel. They get about 500 views per show, right? I got the new TV. I got the new mic. You can tell me I'm about to rake it in. I bought Yakuza 06 Kiwami Mommy, and I totally forgot about Detroit, man. And, man, I'm a man of very little means. Like I said, I'm balling on a shoestring budget. My champagne tastes with bare money. I simply ran out of funds, man. I want Detroit so bad. You know what I mean? But I just gotta have it in my hand. I don't have it, but yeah.
Right, yeah. So there's a little warning about this game. Let me ask you this: since you want it, do you like Telltale games? Did you play those? Like The Walking Dead, the Batman one. Did you play any of those? Oh shit! The diabetes got him. Snake.
Oh yeah. Hold up, bro. Hold up. I'm taking my hoodie off. Hold on 1 second. I'm here.
Oh shit! I'm still screen sharing to everybody.
I'm taking my hoodie off. Pulling my shirt over my head. I had to take my headphones off. I'm here, brother. I'm here with you.
Oh shit, man, my man. I thought
my shirt over my head.
I thought we had to get the defibrillator.
I'm coming. I got a lot of goddamn hair. Pause.
Oh,
I'm coming. It's a snake.
Oh shit. Oh man. You know what I'm saying?
God. Oh. Here. All right, I'm back.
Okay. All right, my man was just taking his insulin shot. Gotta keep that diabetes in check.
All right, here we go.
Okay, got another $5 super chat with the Ruham. Says, you guys are like me. We have watched gaming grow from Pong till now. We have seen a few things. You're the wise guys of gaming. Oh, good name for the show. Ooh.
Yeah.
That's actually not bad. The wise guys.
The wise guys.
The wise guys.
You know, the wise guys of gaming.
That's not bad. The way it's true, and that's the thing, man. A lot of people are putting input into gaming, which everybody has a right, to put the input in gaming, but they're missing so much on context. Like, I remember it's kind of like the new Nintendo fan base we got, where they'd be like, people buy Nintendo because of Nintendo games, and I'm like, what? Like, did you not own a Nintendo Entertainment System or Super NES? That motherfucker had mad third-party support on that platform.
Bro.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, when I said that, right? Again, I got called anything but a child of Kratos, right? I remember there was a time when Nintendo had all the some of Nintendo's best games to date. Highest rated games were not made by Nintendo. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Contra's not a Nintendo IP. No. Castlevania, Tecmo Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Bad Dudes, Double Dragon. These are not Nintendo first-party games.
Mega Man.
Final Fantasy.
Yes, I can go on and on. And you talk about the Nintendo that you have now. I'm talking about the Nintendo that I grew up with. You know what I mean? That what made the NES stomp out the Sega Master System. They had all the goddamn third-party support. You know what I mean?
I remember, when Nintendo with the Nintendo Entertainment System, they became super popular, right? So they started having the cartoons. I remember watching Saturday morning cartoons. You remember Captain N, the Game Master?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. All the Nintendo characters wasn't actually Nintendo first-party characters. It was Simon Belmont. It was Mega Man. It was all these other dudes that, they were exclusive to the console, but they weren't made by Nintendo. These were third-party IPs. But they had such a close relationship to Nintendo. People associated these third-party IPs with a Nintendo product. But in reality, Contra, Double Dragon, all this shit, these were all third-party IPs.
Oh, so take you back, Renegade.
Yeah. Remember that? So that shit, it trips me out when people say, people buy Nintendo for Nintendo games. I'm like, no, they do it now because that's all you really could get. That's really the only reason you could say now. But back then, when Nintendo was at its best, it had everything, bro. Everything. Yo, when Nintendo lost Final Fantasy, that shit was huge.
Yeah.
People were like, what?
Yeah.
So
again, so you're showing your age, P-Rock.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And again, and it's don't be wrong. I think it's dope with
fuck it. I take my Geritol.
Yeah, with the way how gaming has progressed, and and I always say, it's like I feel like sometimes I feel like that old man in my time. We didn't have all this mumble rap. We had drugs out of spitting bars. But things change, and you can adapt and grow with the industry. And I get it's the Nintendo or whatever that you know now. Yeah. But what I'm saying, what made me, and I used to be a huge Nintendo. And people again, they paint me as the Hitler of Nintendo. Like I hate what Nintendo has turned out to be now. Yeah. You know what I mean? I always come with the saying that I've grown with Nintendo, but Nintendo hasn't grown with me. And again, those, and I'm not knocking. Here's the thing, I'm not knocking those that like the dub, that just the art style and stuff is cool. Well, some of that's okay sometimes. Not everything got to be blood and gore, but that's all that they do. I would love to see a Link that's more mature, like something like The Witcher. You can still do what you do like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So I think that I think it's dope, but where they are now, like I hate more than anything. I hate Nintendo's policies. Me, I'm more of a social guy. Like you guys see me here, I'm gonna go live in a heartbeat to talk about a motherfucking somebody call somebody sucking a mosquito's dick. I'll go live about anything. I like to sit here and bug out and interact with you guys. It's just me, and I can't get that same social experience on a Nintendo's platform. Cool. Not everybody's like that, and I understand that. You know what I mean? So, that's where I'm at with it as far as that. You know what I mean? As far as like Nintendo, but again, when you say that, they look like you're like grown 3 heads or 3 eyeballs or something. No, what are you talking about? It's always been about Mario Kid Icarus. Like, no, it was not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
RC Pro-Am and shit like that. You know
I remember
like
Technical was huge. The double dribble.
What? Double dribble.
The bubble bibble. Yo, when you used to when I had those little, that shit was crazy, man.
Yeah, the Lakers, the Celtics, New York, and Chicago.
Yo, that shit was crazy, man. I remember that shit.
4 teams on the basket. You had 4 teams. That was it. And this was the biggest basketball game ever. Double dribble. You guys never heard you. A lot of you guys probably too young.
I was even playing hockey on that motherfucker.
Blades of Steel.
Yeah, Blades of Steel, bro. And then you were able to fight and shit. Knock a motherfucker out.
And who made that? Was it Konami or?
I think it was Konami was on fire back then.
Yeah, I think Konami did make that. That's what I'm talking about. That's where I'm coming from. Days when you had Konami, you had Acclaim.
Yeah,
remember Acclaim?
Motherfucker, yeah, man. Pit Fighter. All that shit. Do you remember that shit?
I have Pit Fighter now. Midway released the class. I got it on 360. Actually, backwards compatible, whatever. But Pit Fighter, yeah, you know what I mean? So I'm coming from those days, you know what I mean? It's like, you go fucking guess about the Force Tops, the Spinners, the Temptations. No, I'm just saying that's what, into gaming. And again, I love the way the gaming is. That's why, listen, I always tell the story. That's what made me a huge Xbox guy at the time, because it was something totally new and hip, like that online shit. Because back in the day, right? A lot of you guys, Friday we're gonna play Madden, we're gonna play NBA Live at your house this weekend or whatever.
Yeah,
we would set up play dates, literally. Like I was a kid. All right, we're gonna bring the game. I can bring your controller. Now you're gonna next somebody else get busted fucking controller with a rubber band on that motherfucker, right? I don't want to take a play controller. That controller, that button don't work. This button gets stuck. Nigga always set you up with a bad controller, right? Bring your own goddamn controller.
Yeah, bring your own shit, because if you use that shit, you losing.
Hey, bro, let me tell you something. Microsoft owes me a check. I'll put the hood on Xbox Live, my nigga. Let me tell you something, bro. I've always been into gaming, always, of course, like games, and how I would get my news and shit. I would get the little magazine. I'm in the barbershop. I seen the whole thing, Xbox Live beta. Of course, I ain't got no PC. I ain't from the hood. I'm reading this, but it just so happened, how you say, fate as it may be, the white boy came through the hood. I bought his PC for a bundle with heroin. You know what I mean? and he gave me an AOL. You got mail, right? So I had that, right? I said, you know what? So I seen I was watching Jerry Springer, and I seen the commercial from I was living in cable vision at the time. Now it's called Omnium. You know what I mean? How they can bring the modem out to your house. And then I'm just reading here, modem. Like, all right. So I signed up for the beta, boot, and I just plugged my Xbox into the back of the modem. I didn't even use the PC, and it was on. I can talk, and this, I can do that. And bro, when I say hello, somebody say hello back to me, I was done. You know what I mean? That was it. If I can say hello, oh, you're a nigger? And I got that back.
Oh, man. Yo.
You just call me a nigga. Fuck you, crack. And I used to go, but listen, I used to sit in them parties for hours. Just fuck, me, I like the hike. I like the cut up. Shut the fuck up. I'll put some cheese on you, cracker. Like, go, hey, I'm shout out my man. Bro, I'm crazy. Let me say this right in the story. I'm friends with some of those motherfuckers right now to this day. I used to be, listen, when I say I was the only person of color, I always say I got to come up with this term that I was the first person of color who's did life in this console war. My gamer tech has always been Zaire, right? Yeah. Check this shit out right here. So I'll be going back and forth, right? I think this guy was from Montana. I forgot what the fuck his name. His name was something. But anyway, make a long story short, he's since changed his gamer tag. I think it was from Montana somewhere. He said he never seen a black person in person. Like he only on TV, literally, right? So we should be going back and forth, just cutting the fuck up, right? He said, Zaire, how do you starve a nigger? What I said, what? How do you, I don't know. He said, hide their food stamps under the soap. Yo, when I heard that shit, I was in fucking tears. Like, hide their food stamps under the soap. Like every night. And then again, we would just sit in those parties for hours, just ranking on each other. You know what I mean? Just, whatever. Fuck. It was called these, before there was, I guess, there was, let's say, party chats. We used to be there was no party chat in games.
It was in game room. It was a game room.
We used to be like a little dashboard or something. It'd be like 100 people and it was going ranking. I mean, that, and again, like I said, and then you had games like Splinter Cell. It did come to the PlayStation, but it made me times, whatever the case. That online, I mean, that's what I was like, because I always had a PlayStation 2. So then what also happened, was that my disc, the lens, went on the PlayStation 2 and started reading discs. Oh. And so I missed a lot. That's why I never got to play any of the God of Wars. The first one I played was 3. You know what I mean? It blew my mind. And I went back and completed the older one. So I was like, I was sold. I was done. You know what I mean? In 2005. And then, you know, I again, to credit Microsoft, the launch lineup for the 360 back then, they had Oblivion. They had, I'm a huge fight fan. They had Dead or Alive. A few games. You know,
well, I know on 360, I remember fucking Virtua Fighter 5 was actually online.
Yeah, that was like in 2007 or whatever.
Yeah, I love both. I remember playing both online. I remember fucking when I first went online with the PS2 and I bought that fucking adapter and I had Verizon fucking DSL, internet and shit like that. Yeah. So fucking the first game I played was fucking live. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I was hooked, bro. I was talking shit on the mic. I'm like, yo, I could talk to you. I'm like, cool. Well, let me. There was the one where fucking Ray Allen was still on the Sonics.
Yeah.
And he was shooting threes like if it was water. Yo, I was fucking shooting J's, fucking cursing people out in your face, bitch. Yo, I was wilding out, bro. That shit was crazy, bro. Look, I was wilding the fuck out on live.
Somebody left $5 in the chat right quick.
Man, my man Stuart Stokes, man, thank you for the $5 super chat. He says, where that day one patch for State of Decay 2 that all these Xbox were hyping up at also, do you have hope for Crackdown or is it looking spooky?
It's not. Listen, it's not that I have. I never really cared for Crackdown. Crackdown, to me, has always been a very mediocre game. And to be fair, I don't like games like I call them fetch quest games. Go to this, complete this mission. I don't like all that riding around, and I got ADHD. I get, you know what I mean. And I just never really, you know, the first one was cool. You know what I mean. Second one was horrible. So I've never really been a big fan of Crackdown. And Crackdown has never really been that game. You know what I mean. A lot of people never played the first two. Like that's like the Gears, the Halo. That's just like something to complement those games. So I think as you people setting up for failure to stand out like it's the creme de la creme. And in my opinion, it's never been that. It has never been that. So I say that to say this, you know what I mean? I don't really have any high expectations for Crackdown. And so if it's great, kudos, you know what I mean? Maybe the multiplayer is addictive. And, you know what I mean, to them. All I know is what they showed, I didn't really care for. You know what I mean? I don't know how you may feel about it, or... You did put it right?
Because what you said in the last part?
No, I've never really cared for it. It's never really been my game of the generation or whatever the hell you want to call it. It's never been my thing. But, you know what I mean? Maybe you may feel different, but, you know.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I'm kind of the same way with you on that one. So with Crackdown, I just always looked at Crackdown as a good title. You know, a good title. You know, Crackdown. I like Crackdown 1. You know, I didn't like Crackdown 2. You know, I thought it was just a cash grab. I didn't think they put any effort into that sequel, whatever. But the first one's cool because, you know, I like Infamous. I like Prototype. I like those type of games. But I never saw Crackdown as a headliner. Yeah. Like it's not the oh, this is the big 2018 game. It was just a good game because I remember when Crackdown came out, it was 2007. That was the same year you had Halo 3, Mass Effect, BioShock, Forza 2. So you had a lot of big fucking game of the year. Hell, some of these games were game of the year winners, you know? Mass Effect was huge. BioShock was like the biggest game that year. You know, you had these super big games. And then in that same year, you also had, you know, you had Crackdown and other shit, which was cool. It complemented the whole library. When you take out the big games and you put Crackdown in the forefront, and then all you seen was, let's be honest, most of the shit they shown hasn't been looking good. Like fucking San Diego Comic-Con. Yeah. And you saw how fucking trashy that shit looked. It's just like, man, you just have to be skeptical on what they're actually going to do with Crackdown and what they're going to show. You know, it's kind of crazy with that. So let's talk about going back to Detroit. All right. So I was asking you a question while you were injecting yourself with insulin. Have you ever played games like The Walking Dead or Walking Dead?
Yes. Heavy Rain, yes, I played.
So how did you like Heavy Rain?
Cool, dope.
Cool. I mean, all right.
I can see how some people may not care for it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I said, to be honest with you, I didn't really. What got me hyped was when man was in there smoking the pipe in front of a little kid in the cinema. It was called the Woman Beater Slim. I was like, oh, that was dope.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So I was sold after that.
Because it's mature content, you know, that's shit that you hardly see gaming go towards, like domestic violence and all that shit. Like very rare would people actually go to that topic, you know. So like I see people on Twitter, you know, they're mocking the game. They're like, oh, this is trash, whatever. You know, to be honest, I can't even be mad at them because this type of genre is not for everybody. It is legitimately some people
you know
just can't handle this genre, and I agree with it. This is not something that people can rock with, you know. Especially like right now, the joke is on the mopping scene where you see I think this game is based on 3 stories, and one of the stories is an android who's like a nanny, right? Mm-hmm. So you have to do nanny things. You have to do the laundry, mop, take out the trash, and all that stuff. But what some people, especially if you never played, like you play Heavy Rain, right? So you remember the scene with the chick, you're in the club, and she's trying to find a way to get into the office. So what she does, she goes inside the bathroom, she rips her skirt, she puts on makeup, she unbuttons her blouse so she could show her titties. You're doing all this cosmetic shit. And you know, and you have to control all that. You have to do all of that. And the reason why is because the game is trying to pull you into character, you know? So the way David Cage makes his games, he pulls you into character. So you have to do little tiny stuff, you know? There's another scene in Heavy Rain where the detective, you know, the fat detective, he's trying to console one of the victims. So he invites him to the house. He's like, do you want something to drink, something to eat? You remember the scene? You have to make the scrambled eggs and shit. Yeah, you have to do that because you're playing the role of the character. So you have to do those little things. So like Detroit Become Human, people wondering why you're taking out the trash or whatever, it's because you're playing that role, you know. And believe it or not, I mean, I haven't played the game, but I would assume like if you fuck up any of those tasks, then that dude's gonna go Ike Turner on your ass, you know. Bitch, you ain't take out the trash. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the life you're living in that story. You know what I'm saying? But some people don't like that, which I can understand. Some people, you know, that's not what they're looking for gaming stuff. But Heavy Rain sold 5 million. So people like it. There's an audience for it.
I'll give you an example for the rock. And if I want to talk about the whole Battlefield thing, I'll give you an example. It's like you're gonna have, because you got some Sony guys. You have some Sony guys that don't care for Heavy Rain, right?
Yeah.
If that was all that Sony had to send out there by itself, and then
that would be a problem.
I can see the disconnect with someone. Oh man, I want to play this fucking movie simulator. Press X and Y. I mean, I can get it. But this a month before, they just gave you a God of War, right? Yeah. They gave you a different type of game that may be a hit or miss. But also God of War, they gave you Yakuza 6. You know what I mean?
And then you're getting Spider-Man soon.
You know what I mean? So there are other things, there are other games out there to complement this game. And that's the difference. You know what I mean? And you know, that's the difference. Of course, some people may not like God of War. There's no jump button. So you might follow the game side. You know what I mean? It's kind of right-ish. You know what I mean? And that's a fact.
Yo,
you know what I mean?
Yo, those Rise lovers caught a big L, bro. Because you know the combat in God of War, yo, that shit is fucking. That shit's serious,
from
bro.
2 different goddamn times. You got the Roman Empire and you got North Mythology.
Yo, but even a combo, you got more than one sword, like the way you say it's sword. Yeah. You know, you're not stuck with one sword, right? Motherfucker could fight with his bare hands, with an axe, with a chain blade. Yo, even his little son, that motherfucker's vicious, bro.
Oh, yeah.
That motherfucker, like, I'm fighting a dude, and all of a sudden his son comes out, H just comes out, fucking jumps on the dude's neck and starts stabbing him. I'm like, yo, no, I think I'm at the end, because I'm at the point where the guy won me.
He don't play no game. I beat it before you. That was
I had to start over. I had to start over.
You put it on that hard shit?
Yeah, I put it on that give me God of War mode. Yo, it took me like almost like it took. I was already 12 hours in, right? And I just got I was 12 hours. Listen, this is the truth. I was about maybe 8 to 10 hours in. I'll say 8 to 10 hours in, right? And I just got to my first Valkyrie, and it took me 2 hours to beat her. And then motherfuckers told me there's 8 more. I'm 12 hours into the first Valkyrie. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. I started over. I was already 12 hours into the game, and I only reached the first Valkyrie, and that bitch took me 2 hours to beat, bro. And there's 8 more? I was like, there's no way I could finish this game this year at this rate. I'm like, I don't have the skills to do it. So I started all over. I said, fuck it. I went back to normal, because on that mode, you can't downgrade it. If you pick give me God of War mode, you're stuck in that mode. You have to start the whole game over, and that's what I did. So now I'm at the point where the guy told me before I move on, make sure I do everything I want to do. So that usually means I'm at the end game. When they tell you before you move on, make sure you go back. You know when they give you that warning.
You fight Thor's sons and all that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I already killed Thor's sons. Yeah. So I'm at the point where the blacksmith, they told me before you move on, make sure you.
I think I forgot it. I got such a dog shit. Adelheim and whatever the hell.
All them fucking names, man. This shit is but how you being a God of War fan? How did you like the improvement?
I think here's the thing. All right, because you had some people. And again, fuck nigga K fuck bigger, right? He said he didn't like the change, and to me, I thought it was a win when your character is bigger. You know, I mean, your character was kind of small in God of War. Your character was bigger.
It's brutal. The fight is vicious, and this.
In the beginning, they had a problem with the child, and then.
But that motherfucker's more vicious than the dude on Rise.
Hey, listen, you remember
that kid is ill.
Hey, yo, you remember the part where you I forgot the name of the part of the game when Kratos had to stick his hand into the light, it was burning. He went in and.
Oh yeah, the kid pulled him out.
Yeah, you mean, where are you? Where were you been?
I gotta do this. Be like, nigga, you left me here alone. And then like Kratos looked around. There's dead bodies all over. He's like, yo,
that was my first clue. This little motherfucker's he's more than just, you know what I mean. And then he didn't necessarily know he was a god yet. You know what I mean?
No.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god. You know what I mean? Like, and again, I like I said, you know what I mean. And again, I didn't have a problem with Judgment. I think Judgment. Like I said, God of War 3, they set it high. You know what I mean? Yeah. You never played God of War. I mean, you can, you know, and this new one's your first. Go back and play 3. Of course, it's not gonna look as good, but the story's ill. You kill all the gods. You know what I mean? Zeus, every goddamn body, right? And like, where could he go from there? And you know, man. And I remember the lead character that played Zeus. I'm sorry, Kratos back then. The black guy from Living Single. Forgot his name. From Living Single, right? It's like I would like to see him go back to like older, like, you know what I mean, the other gods. You know what I mean? Which they did, they took him to, like I said, the North mythology thing there, right? So check it out, right? For those who know, I have a degree in history. Yes, it's next gen, right? And I'm a huge history buff. So from that aspect, I'm already excited. You know what I mean? And Loki is, you know what I mean, this, that, and that. I'm like, oh my god, this shit is ill. And the action. Forget the story. You don't know anything about Zeus or anything. Just the action alone, you know what I mean? Yeah. When you found out the mother was a giant and she kept, you know what I mean? It was just so dope. And a little tidbit that you didn't get that far. Fuck you, sorry. But it's dope. It's epic. The fight scenes, the ball scenes, when you find out who the stranger is and why he can't feel anything, and like, it's all time.
That's that story, with Freya and all that stuff. Yeah, it's just ill, bro. It's just that shit's just ill. I love it. I can't go back to the old God of War. Because I love the combat in this. I love the fact that I could throw that axe at a motherfucker's head, whip out my chain blade, or punch him in the face, and then call my son to fuck motherfuckers up. This shit is fucking ill, bro. I'm all over that fucking map.
If you level him all the way up, listen, I will say this, right? What threw me through the loop. Once I didn't really figure out how because I was just going through hacking and slashing and shit, right? The whole level up mechanic and what I added to my armor, make this go up and go. Once I figured that out right there, it was a breeze. You know what I mean? So man, look at this, the trinkets and stuff that you add to your weapon. Just say, what brought this up? What brought this down? You know what I mean? What leveled this strength up and stuff? Once I figured that out, it was like a walk in the park. You know what I mean? And then some of the puzzles threw me to the loop. I ain't gonna lie. I don't like to be frustrated. I went to YouTube a couple times.
On the real, bro, fucking right now, my dude, bro, because I got everything maxed out. I got the kids' power maxed out. I be like
what level you on? 7, 8?
8. I got 8 stuff.
Hey, you better. I beat the game in 7 with 7 stuff.
My guy is fucking maxed out, bro. When I go in a room full of dudes ready to fight me, I be fucking like I got this power with the kid where if you hold down square, a whole bunch of birds. So I got all 12 birds. So I have all these electrical birds shocking. I tell the kid start fucking shooting his arrows. I throw an axe. I'm slamming motherfuckers with it. It's fucking ridiculous. Like there's nothing but fire and flames everywhere, bro. And I'm like, this shit's the best shit ever. Shout out to Lionel Bug and $5 super chat. He says, Porter Cook, I want your hardcore gaming license back. You are now officially a casual. Even Derek Jeter had to retire.
Hey,
I'm getting all my eyesight. My eyesight is diminishing.
Yeah.
my muscles is fucking, you know. Yeah, my muscle reflex is not the same.
22, 23, like we in our 40s, bro.
I got arthritis. You know what I'm saying? I got stage 2 arthritis. You know what I'm saying? You know, this shit's not the same, bro. You know, and it's a good point because like I'm not as competitive. I remember in my 20s, bro, you couldn't tell me nothing in Madden, bro. Don't be the one to challenge me in that fucking game, or live, or Call of Duty. I was all over that competitive shit. And then like this year, I'm like, motherfuckers say, yo, I'll rock you in Madden. And I'm like, I didn't even buy the fucking shit.
Check it out. Shout out to Lionel Bolton again. He said, God of War is great. Now imagine if they add boss battles on the level of past God of War. And here's the thing. And I can see, like, this is my only.
I think this is the warm up.
Yeah. This is my only I would say problem. I guess maybe let down for the game. There's not as many boss battles.
Yeah.
Comparing it to previous God of Wars. You know what I mean? You fight the Sons, you fight the Stranger,
a whole bunch of trolls and rocks.
You got the dragon,
one dragon, yeah.
And then you fight the Stranger, and then you fight the Stranger again. That's it.
Yeah. So, do you think this is like the warm up where the next chapter of God of War?
You know what happens. Anybody done probably told you with Thor. You know what I mean? But even somebody, look, once you get to the AV part, you've seen the ending already, right?
No, I haven't.
No? Okay. There's a part in the game where you're gonna look on the wall. With Kratos and his father with the ashes, and you're gonna see like the Japanese gods or
so I'll say this. I saw one place. I did see this where they opened the door and the guy, you know, the guy with the head. You know what is it with Norse mythology and talking headless heads? That's fucking weird. But you know what I'm talking about? Because Hellblade had that. You know, the chick was walking around with a fucking head that was breathing. But so they talked about one of the you know, Asgard gods, Tyr, whatever, that he was traveling to other dimensions, right? And that there was different symbols, and one of the symbols was the Omega symbol, the God of War symbol, and his son was asked, "Hey, what's that symbol?" Well, he asked, "What do these symbols mean?" And Kratos goes, "War," and just because he saw his symbol, you know, from, you know, the Omega one, and then he saw like the Egyptian version, the Chinese version. So I'm thinking, so that's like a little telltale sign of what's to come.
They can go, you know what I mean? Like even take them. Actually, you know, I'm all about the aliens. Take them to the Sumerian time with the Anunnaki, the fight their god, the Egyptian, the Cyrus, and
this motherfucker's gonna fuck. You know, he's gonna fuck up fucking Amun Ra and shit.
Yeah, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Amun Ra. You know what I mean.
He's gonna go. He's gonna go and
hey, listen. Here's your clip up with. For those who like to pray and say Amen. Amen is short for Amun Ra.
Yeah. Right? Oh shit, man. You need to stop. You need to stop being messy. Yo, Jesus is gonna fuck you. All right. Don't worry. Don't worry. So, again, he's gonna have a conversation with you.
Dope. That was dope. And I can see for those that may not have liked it because, not like, well, you know, there's this many boss battle, but there's so much action along the way.
Oh, it's so ridiculous.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And that's the level, the whole leveling up your weapons and this, that, and the other.
You know, the combos.
There's consequences to killing a god.
Yeah. How do you know? Like,
how do you know?
You know what I'm saying? This kid needs an ass whooping, bro.
He did his ass whooping. He a badass, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then when you find out who he is and you realize why he's a badass, you know what I mean? He's conflicted, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
how do you know?
Dude, this kid. You know, but it's a fucking good thing, bro.
But let's not bitch this thing. I don't. They say how the mother died. Bitch was just dead.
Mm-hmm. Oh no! They didn't mention how she died.
Maybe we'll find that out in the later ones. I don't
know. Maybe.
Maybe because Thor's son, like, your mother was screaming, like maybe they killed her.
Yeah, because they did mention her. Yeah, they did mention, they talk shit. So maybe the kid doesn't know how she died, but Kratos does. He just kept it away from the kid. Yeah, that would be an interesting angle for the next sequel. And maybe if the kid finds out, or maybe like the kid finds out on his own and he just flips the fuck out and he becomes like the new vengeful Kratos. He's like, man, fuck all these gods. I'm gonna kill them all. You know, maybe that's some shit. You know,
I guess the end game is when you go to fight Odin, because I see they said Odin like he is Zeus. Odin's not really a good guy. You know what I mean? Fair and between. Maybe that's the setup. Maybe the next one you fight Thor, and then
the last one, just like the third one, you fucking fight Odin, kill him, and then now you're in China.
Okay, well here's the thing though. Do you kill off Kratos, or do you kill off Kratos?
I don't think that's a good angle.
Do you kill off Kratos and let his son die in one of those games? Like, you know what I mean? You know, where do they take it from there?
I wouldn't go there. I will keep Kratos. I think we learned that lesson. Look at Halo 5. Look what happened with Halo 5, man. When people want to play Halo, motherfuckers want to play as Master Chief. When people want to play,
what about this? What about this? I gotta spin.
And he's a god.
How about this?
I say maybe implement co-op.
How about they kill off Loki? Kratos loses his mind, goes to Africa, finds the Dogo tribe, and marries a black wife. And give birth to a motherfucking Milano child.
Fucking Lucas.
Boy, for real. Boy.
He'd be like, who you calling boy?
Yeah, boy.
These motherfuckers like, these motherfuckers tripping on the street show and shit. DSS,
yo, bro, that will be a spit and a half. Can you imagine the controversy behind
that? They couldn't do it. Motherfucker have a black child and he goes, boy. They'd be like, what? That's racist. Yo, that shit.
They said, mama, boy is a racist word. Some good time shit. Mama, boy is a racist word. You know what I mean? Hey.
Shit. So let's hop onto that Battlefield controversy, man. Yeah, I know you want to talk about it. So the big thing about Battlefield is this woman on the cover. And women in war, female representation, and you know what's funny? Now all of a sudden the historians come out. I mean, like everybody knows their history now, and I'm like, and this is my opinion.
In war, in World War II, I did a video about it. I put a couple of pictures. This thing. A lot of people don't even know this, right? Well, they always say they wouldn't allow. It was against the law in America. The reason why it says world. There were many goddamn nations all fighting.
Yeah, world war.
Italy didn't have the same rules as Germany. Germany had the same rules as Russia.
Oh, everybody put in their own 2 cents. If a fucking country says fucking 80% of our country's females, get your ass out there. You fighting. You know, it is what it is.
World war. You know what I mean? Just because it was illegal or whatever the case may be here in America or whatever. Here's the thing, and real talk, and I'm gonna be serious for a minute. It's a video game, first of all. It's not the Bible. I can see when can be offended. Everyone's offended about everything, right? It's a game. It was the same thing about Battlefield 1 2 years ago.
Yeah, with
the black guy being
the black guy. Yeah. Never mind the Tuskegee Airmen and all that shit.
You know, the Harlem Harm with the Harlem, whatever. You know what I
mean? There was even a Puerto Rican battalion, and people don't know about.
Again, so I'm just sad to say. I always say it was 2018. We're still dealing with this. You know what I mean? Like this is a fucking game. Hashtag not mine. Yo, go sit the fuck down.
Not my game.
Dudes don't even wear the pants in their own house in their own relationship. You know what I mean? They might be stay at home dads such as myself. Fuck nigga, right? Fuck nigga supreme. You know, like god damn. What you say? It's like nothing. You know what I mean? Oh, fuck nigga. The niggas might be soft as I am. You know? I talk all that shit. What you say? Nothing. I rub your feet like, you know what I mean? So I don't understand it. Like the things that we should be concerned about, we're not concerned about. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like this shit is crazy as hell. You know what I mean? If we gonna go back, what's the better game? Battlefield, or I can see why some may not like Battlefield because the maps are huge and more strategic. How some may like Call of Duty because the rounds are shorter, more arcaded. I get it. You know what I mean? They're fans of those shit, but we're talking about the fact that there was a woman on the cover. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, so like
go on a date some goddamn where.
They're fucking goddamn their damage control is historical accuracy. When in reality, none of the Battlefield games are historically accurate. All EA does is they take a little backdrop of a game. You know, they take a backdrop of history. Like, okay, so there was a battle in this city. Who was there? This unit. Okay, we're gonna take this backdrop and we're gonna change it up a bit. We're gonna put this unit, we're gonna put these plane, and we're just gonna make up our own story. Like these games aren't historically accurate in storytelling. You know, they just give you a little bit. They just take a little bit of what happened in World War II, what cities, what units, stuff like that, and then they create their own big blockbuster fucking set pieces. Like a lot of the shit that you play, especially like in a single player campaign, those aren't true to life real stories. They're made up. Sure, the city, and yes, there's a fight that happened in that city, but the people, the unit, who's in charge, what was the mission, all of that shit's made up and fake. None of it was real. So when I hear historical accuracy, I'm like, none of the games are historically accurate in the first place. None of it is real. It's all made up. It's a game. Like dudes, like you can see on YouTube, dudes are flying planes. They jump out of the plane, snipe the other person in the plane, and then take over their plane. That shit ain't real. Like, yo, this shit. You got dudes on fucking camels with flamethrowers. Like that shit didn't happen. Like. And I'm like, I don't know. And what's crazy is there's people like, shout out to what is it, Blaze 4K. He made a little Twitter video, and he was really upset at this. He felt that this was forced on him. And I'm thinking, and I'm trying to like immediately, you know, I get on my grind. My Twitter fingers was ready to go, but I said, you know what? Let me step back. Let me try to play devil's advocate. Let me see if I could fucking empathize with him. And I couldn't see what he was seeing. Like, I look at the game, I was looking at the trailer over and over, and I felt nothing. Like, none of it bothered me. Like, I didn't see anything that made me upset. I didn't see anything that made me feel forced. All I saw was just video game characters in a game shooting each other up in fucking set pieces. That's it.
Injured. It's a fucking game.
Yo, I don't know, bro. Like, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't take, if people are concerned with politics behind gaming, the one thing they should really be paying attention to is these goddamn politicians trying to blame violence on video games. If you really want to be in this fucking political spectrum, that's the shit we need to look out for. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because you got like the fucking NRA saying, you know, guns don't kill people, people don't kill people. But then those same fuckers are telling people, oh man, video games is the cause of violence. How the fuck? Like, what? Like, you know what I'm saying? So if you're going to pay attention to shit like that, pay attention to the real shit, that the attack on gaming, you know, because gaming is a global phenom. Yet none of the countries have the problems that we have. So how is gaming the cause when, hell, Japan's the mecca of gaming? They have a city dedicated to that shit. Motherfuckers ain't shooting each other up in high schools there. Yep. And Japan has some of the most weirdest, you know, fucking, you know, using water spray pennies and all this weird shit. You know, fucking monsters with tentacle dicks and all this shit. Yep. Ain't motherfuckers shooting each other up in school over there. Yep. So how is everybody else with the same exact resources and content? They absorb the same exact shows. They absorb the same exact games. It's all over the place. They ain't having problems with school violence. Yeah, us, it's almost becoming normal. Yo, sometimes I can't even keep up. Like, I just heard about the Texas shooting last week, like a couple of days ago. Like, I can't keep up with all these school shootings now.
It's crazy. Anytime, and again, I America is so fucked up. I almost want to say that. Listen, you would think again 2018 or
like, this is America.
Yeah. For somebody saying
you better not slipping up.
You know that for those that even say that there's and not to be Debbie Downer, there's any racial inequalities in this country or whatever the case. The fact is, man, how many bodies that kid shooter? He killed 10 bodies.
Yeah,
10 killed 10 people. Is not going to face the death penalty.
That's
the poor little black rapper KK. Which he didn't even pull the trigger. I think 2 people maybe got killed. And talking about putting him on, you know, death row or trying to, you know, wait. Like, this is crazy. This kid killed 10 people. He's 16 and be eligible for parole in like 30 years. 10 people. Because he got, you know what I mean, the girl turned him down for a date or whatever the fuck. What are we doing here, man?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, and poor little Raheem from the project carjacked somebody. He just took their gun. We took their car. I'm not saying it was right. He's going to spend the rest of his life in jail with no parole. This is the country that we live in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you know, some of you, and again, I understand that, you know, not to make this, we talk about everything on the show. Like, even with the PewDiePie thing. I mean, he always like pushed as he said the thing about the Jews. And even myself said, you know what, maybe people just, maybe this and the other, because what he said didn't affect me. A lot of people have this indifferent attitude. What's being done doesn't affect them directly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then once until you drop the N-word, like, oh, fuck is this? What the fuck? What nigga? I got this shit, you nigga. You know what I mean? So then, because no one really feels it, or I mean, I can honestly say that they can know someone's plight, or unless you want to say walk a mile in that man's shoes, or if it doesn't affect you directly. And I think that is the biggest problem here in this country, or the biggest disconnect, or even the fact of them kneeling for the flag is disrespecting this, that, and the other. It's like, it's crazy as hell, you know what I mean? Or just shedding light because listen, to be fair, I'm not saying that unarmed white people don't get killed. It is what it, but we talk about discipline numbers. You know what I mean? You got on film. Now they're wearing cameras and they seen someone, I can't breathe off someone being choked to death and no one's found guilty. Or Erwin Sterling shot in his back, no weapons, shot dead, no one's found. Like, this is crazy. Oh, in Oklahoma, guy get out the car and a woman shoots him in the head. She gets found not guilty, gets a job back. So, you know what I mean? It's crazy. You know what I mean? So I said it to say this. And you like some of the most Bible thumping Christian dope, you know, this shit crazy as hell. I just think that as a whole, or even say we're gonna blame video games, you know what I mean? That's not the issue. Because again, you have Norway and England and again, who have the same video games.
Germany.
The same game,
England, everything. France. Everybody. And
I'm saying it's not guns, they kill people, it's people to kill people. I can understand that. Well, I can get it. But I think it's even bigger. We just have a problem in this country, bro. That needs to be addressed overall. You know what I mean? You know, that's just my take on it. But hey, what the hell do I know, man?
Yo, so, hold on. Let me hold up. So you bring up a good point, especially with the Bible thing. Like, I'm religious too. I'm Christian. I'm Catholic, right? Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But I'm not one of those like I'm not one of those maybe how can I put it? I'm sensible, you know, because to me the Bible, I don't treat it as a science book. You know, I'm not one of those who use that Bible for absolute. You know, to me the Bible is the best way. Now I'm not say the best way, but it was a good way for me to show how to treat people. You know, pretty much the golden rule. You know, I look at the book, I look at the lessons learned, you know, the stories behind it, and I'm thinking, you know what, this is how we should be treating people. You know what I'm saying? And that's pretty much it. I'm not here to judge people. I'm not telling people, oh, you're gonna go to hell. That's not my place. It was never my place. I'm not that dude. I'm not that dude to pretend, you know, you know, for you know.
Sound low. This sound low. Do I still sound low in the chat?
Okay. Oh, wait, hold up. $5 super chat. Lionel Bugger says, if anything, gaming will be a great stress reliever, like Porter Cook playing God of War on easy. My man trying to play me. But it's true though. It is a great stress reliever and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
You make me an admin to your channel too, Rock.
What happened?
Make me an admin.
Make you an admin? Oh, okay, no doubt. Hold on, let me do it right now. Post something in the chat because that's the easiest way. Yeah. Post something in the chat and I could do it. That's the easiest way for me to do it.
Okay, all right.
Okay. Was it BGK? The fuck?
I don't know. This first thing came up. New game, bitch. BGK.
BGK. There you go. Boom. All right. So I remember. I remember. I was having a conversation with a dude. You know what I'm saying? You know, about the whole, you know, everything. One about abortion and all that shit. About abortion. About, you know, pretty much.
You going straight to the lake fire?
Yeah, all that shit or stuff like that, right? And you know, all his stuff was hardcore Christian. You know, stuff like that. You know, no abortions and, you know, all this stuff, no gay marriage, all this stuff, right? And I'm thinking, okay, I mean, it is what it is. If that's what you truly believe, right? If that's what you truly believe, and you know, and I told him, do you believe that because you agree with the Bible and it falls in line with your stance, or do you agree with it because the Bible says this? And you're gonna listen to what the Bible said, because I wanted to see what was his angle. I wanted to see that he believed, you know, he don't believe in gay marriage, he don't believe in abortion, and that since the Bible says it, you know, because there's a difference. There's a difference between agreeing with the Bible because that's also your view, or you agree with the Bible because the Bible tells you to, and because you're religious, you're gonna do what the Bible tells you to. That's okay. You know what I'm saying? He said his answer was because he's religious. He's gonna do what the Bible tells him to do.
Okay.
And I was like, okay. I was like, and I'm thinking in my head, do tell, fuck nigga. But I was like, all right, do tell. So I'm thinking, all right. So what's yours? So how do you feel about this whole Trump war? I mean, Trump wall, kick all the immigrants and all this shit, right? You know. And he's like, yeah, man. If you didn't come into this country legally, you know, you need to go. You know what I'm saying? He goes, he has no problem with immigrants that came in legally, right? But if you came in illegally, he don't care how many kids you raise. You broke the law. You need to go, right? So then I'm like, So that's your view, right? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, what if the Bible told you different? Would you change your mind? And he's like, well, what are you talking about? He goes like, what are you talking about? I'm like, what if the Bible told you the opposite? If the Bible told you to love immigrants like you love yourself and any other citizen, will you do it? And he's like, well, yeah, of course. If the Bible actually did that, I would have Bible that because that's what the Bible did, right? I'm like, really? Okay. All right. So, and I told him, let me try to remember. It was Leviticus. I told him, okay, I want you to go to Leviticus 1930. And when I had a Bible here, so here's the Bible. I want you to go to Leviticus 1933 and 1934. And I want you to read what it says. And he read it and Leviticus. So for the people that know, and I know a lot of people are like, oh my God, we're talking church. But in the Bible it says, and this is one verse, it says, when an alien resides with you in your land, you shall not oppress the alien. The alien who resides with you shall be to you as a citizen among you. You shall love that alien as yourself, for you were aliens in the land of Egypt.
Yes, sir.
So the Bible tells Christians to love immigrants. We're supposed to love them. We're supposed to accept them no different than we accept ourselves, no different than we accept.
What was his comeback?
No, he didn't answer. So I'm like, so now I ask again. Do you now believe that Trump should build that wall? Do you now believe we should be kicking all these immigrants? Well, you see, these things are now the damage control started coming. I'm like, oh, now this is good. Now I got him. And
that's the Old Testament.
Yo, you know what I'm saying? Like that.
Now we're dealing with the New Testament.
No, you know what?
That was shit that the Jews followed.
So he did that. After a while he was mumbling, but it took him 10 to 15 minutes to find the damage control, and he went with that. Well, I'm a Christian. I go with what Jesus says. Okay. Okay, so then I got him. All right. And so I gave him another ropey dope. I'm like, okay, so you're going with what Jesus said, not what the Old Testament said. And he goes, yeah, okay. So in the Old Testament says, if a man lays with another man, you stone him, whatever. That's the Old Testament. I want you to find me in the New Testament where Jesus talked about gays, and it's wrong. Jesus never spoke on that topic. He never said being gay was wrong.
Yeah.
So I asked him, where did you get that? It's against Christian values to not be gay. If you don't go with the old, if you go with the Old Testament, then you would be right. Because the Old Testament does specifically say if a man lies with another man, put him to death. It does say that. So I would agree with you. If you go by the Old Testament, you are correct. But you now tell me you don't follow the Old Testament. The New Testament does not go with that. So now, fine. You're not cool with immigrants, but are you now cool with gays since the New Testament's not about that?
Yeah.
Oh, man. This dude's like, I got to go.
Thank you for coming out. God bless. Good night.
That's it, And I haven't talked to the dude since. You know what I'm saying? But that's what the dude is. Like me, like if like me, like I said, I'm Christian, right? And most of the time, so I know I make jokes about it. What would Jesus do? But sometimes that's how I look at it. Would Jesus really be mad at this? Would he really hate a person because they're gay or because of this or because of that? And the truth is, no. If anything, that dude was more forgiving than a lot. That dude was forgiving everybody, But it is what it is. I know we turned this into.
I just saying, here's the thing, man. At the end of the day, here's my 2 cents on it, right? You know what I mean? And this is real talk. I guess some of the most Bible thumping jokers turn out to be the most racist, hypocritic people. How can you say I love the Lord, but here you see your brother, you don't have no love for your brother that you see every day, right?
Yeah.
But again, I'm not like. Here's the thing. I know I get coming as being the zealot who hates Jesus and this, that, and the other.
Eating Bible paper.
Hey man, I'm a man. Fuck nigga supreme, right? Where I'm at, right? I graduated from fucking nigga university at the top of my class, man. Listen, you know what it is. You know how I'm giving it up, right?
You should come load.
You know what I mean? There is no something going. Listen, if you feel as though again that book makes you a better person, hey brother, go for it. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. Here's the thing. I said, well, gee, I look at it like this, man. Jesus must don't look like black people, man. My people been calling his name for hundreds of years, getting their head beat in, man. We need an answer shake. You know what I mean? But again, shout out to my Bible thumpers out there, man. Hope you guys are enjoying the show, man.
That's it.
You got one. Look, you got one Catholic up on the show. I know, the Catholicism.
You got one Catholic 401k who's still stuck with a 1980s Zenith TV.
You got all this shit together. You got another motherfucker, like I said, with champagne taste and bare money. You know what I
mean? Cheating on his wife with mad bitches and eating apple pie with despite him having diabetes and shit. You know what I mean? Shit's making no type of sense in this podcast. $5 super chat. My man Lionel. The Bible is just a bunch of books put together. Bible is more of a platform to learn. Good point. It is.
But here's the thing, right? Real talk, right? And not to dampen anybody's parade. Lionel, okay, another one. Here's the thing. Once you, I guess, a theology school or whatever in the case, or once you take your education one step further, they're hard to. Everything is faith based, and here's my issue: faith based. You gotta have faith, or to believe. You know what I mean? Belief or whatever, because the root word is belief is against to be unsure. Yeah. I can't walk into the courtroom and say I believe that this person shot me. Yeah, motherfucker. I know it's different. I know that person. Shot me. You gotta have faith to believe, and you can't, like I said, you can't walk. I'm sure I've been in many courtrooms. I believe Port Rock stole my phone. I believe he shot me. You know what I mean? That doesn't fly. But when you just start looking even at some of the characters in the book, and again, I'm not knocking anyone's thing. And there's no historical or archaeological evidence that they ever even existed. Now forget it. You're gonna say that this one was buried under the church. I mean, not one. And I've been over that part of the world. There's not one tomb. Fine, you wouldn't say Jesus got up and he went away to the heavens. I get it. You know what I mean? But there are some good things in the book, but there are also a lot of bad. You know what I mean? Slaves obey thy masters. Yeah. It's just like you know what I mean? It's a lot of.
That's why I look at the Bible not as like, because this is just me. I don't look at each, unless it's specifically said. I don't really look at everything as instructional. I look at it as it's just how would you say, like, lessons learned. You know what I'm saying? It's a life lesson. I don't look at the Bible to decide how old is the world or how to do this or how to fucking fix my car or any of that shit. I just look at it as the struggles people went through, the decisions some people made. Some shit turned out good, some turned out bad. How families intertwine. I just use it as a life lesson, and ultimately,
I never asked you before. I didn't even know you practice Catholicism. Yeah. Do you believe that's the word of God, or do you because it's interpreted by God? Because if you're gonna say that, I always get this question, like, and not to get too messy here. We fight in the show, which is the ring. Do you believe that God wrote the Ten Commandments?
No, I don't think he specifically wrote it. I think what he did is, I think he inspired people. He inspired people, and then people interpreted it the way it was. That's why that's why I personally think the way I see it is, all these people, the Bible's written by man. Like physically written by man.
Yes, very much so.
And in my opinion, inspired by God. But just like anything else, if God talks to you, let's say God talks to you and God talks to me, if you know what I'm saying? If you talk to me, right, separately, did we both hear the same message, and can we both come up with the same conclusion?
Hey, bro, I'm down on Monday praying. I'm down on Mondays praying every night. God, is that not your own voice that you hear in your head answering your own God? Get your ass from that goddamn floor. God, he's a star.
You see what I'm saying? So
your back hurting, fucker. Get the fuck up. I'm sorry.
So on the real, so I all this stuff is interpreted by man, and just like anything else, like if you tell me a story, right, and then I tell All Day a story, then All Day tells K Mega, and K Mega tells Crab Gamer, and then Crab Gamer tells Mooch, and Mooch tells Xbox, and then you ask Xbox, hey, well, you've been told. It's not even the same fucking topic. You're like, what the fuck are you talking about? I never said that. So that's the best we can go at. That's why I'm not a hardliner with the Bible. I don't criticize people. I don't think it's my place. Yeah. I don't go around people's houses on a Saturday and be like, yo,
I had to run for some Jehovah's Witnesses yesterday, man.
I don't do that.
I took off. I was coming out my door, you know me. I party like a rock star. I'm high, affecting, stumbling down the steps and shit. I seen these two old black bitches walking across the street. I said, oh shit. Took off. Boom! Mind you, I got staples in my legs. And I was like, oh shit. Yeah. I had to take off, man. Yeah, I ain't with all that shit, man. Leave me the fuck alone, man. Yeah. Let me burn in hell, man. Fuck, you heard it here first. You going with your mother?
What's up?
No, I'm talking to my daughter. What do you need from me? Yeah.
Please move your car.
Oh man, move my car. Lord Jesus Christ, man.
All right.
Oh, my key on the table. My key on the table.
Okay, so we could cut the show, so you could do what you gotta do. So we got
my key on the table. I'm sorry. Oh, let's go. Yeah.
All right. So $5 super chat. He says if the Bible is written by men, then it could be manipulated. It could be because don't the church decide which chapters they consider real canon? I mean, that's true. There are chapters. There are chapters that are written, but it's not considered canon. And I'm like, and I always ask. I even asked the priest, man. That motherfucker hit me. Excuse my language. Got hit with a ruler and shit for asking. Like yo. So I asked. Because I heard a conversation in the hallway with him, and then they're talking about, chapters that are not canon. So I asked them, so there are verses that were written that that the church decided this is not part of the Bible.
Omitted from the Bible.
And he's like, yeah, because the church considered these things.
The church considered.
Yeah, the church considered not canon to the scripture. So then all I asked was a simple question. How do they know? And he's like, what do you mean? How do they know it's not canon? They weren't the ones that wrote it. So how do they know which one's real and which one's not the word of God? Like what do you use to decide this is real, this is not? Boy, he took that ruler and what? And then he called my mom saying I'm being disrespectful, and my mom whooped my ass. But then my dad, this is what I love about my dad. My dad's the most sensible, right? He sat down and he's like, and he's talking in Spanish. He's like, what happened? He's like, Dad, I just asked a question. He goes, what did you ask? He goes, I heard the priest say that there were certain chapters of the Bible that they didn't put in the thing, that the church decided this chapter is not real. And all I asked is, how did they know? How did they know that this word is not the word of God? What did they use? And then my dad told me, he goes, son, one day you're going to learn about politics and power. And when you learn about it, you'll get your answer. And then I'm like, yo.
Hey, my man accepted me. Says Z is a freaking Jesus, man. This guy died of cancer, came back the next day. Fucking nigga supreme. Hey, yo, like I said, like I said today, we can hold the show. Like, that Catholic Church is a motherfucker, bro. Them motherfuckers is gangsters.
Yo.
They tried to kill my man. What's my man? What's the guy with the king? The goddamn for the Bible, the King James version. They didn't want the Bible put into the everyday vernacular. You know what I mean? Yeah, no one talks for out thou, this, that, and the other. You know what I mean? Shit crazy, man. But yeah, there were a lot of things omitted from the Bible. And I'd say if you're gonna go in the story, God put it in someone's heart to write down. Who are you to say that it can't be, put it in or put out? But listen, did you guys enjoy the show today?
Yo, so I hope we hope you enjoyed it. Hit 1 if you like it. Hit 2 if you think it's dog shit. Hit 3 if we made your diabetes worse.
Hey, listen. Hit 1 if you think NXTGEN is the fuck nigga supreme. Graduated from fuck nigga university at the head of this class, man.
Yeah, cum laude degree.
Hey, yeah, for real. A man, a very little morale.
Something we Paul type nothing but ones.
Yeah,
my said my diabetes increased.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Hold on, we can get you guys here.
All right.
Hey, listen, if you guys ain't catch out Porter Rock with going at it with
Baron.
Yeah, man. Hold on, let me put the link up there.
I tore him up, bro.
Yeah, I told you it was the what do you call it? The off the air, the hot mic. Let me put that up there.
My man Lionel Buggin, he goes, Porter Cook, they will kill you for those type of questions. Yeah, but I'm gonna keep asking. I ain't afraid. You know what I'm saying? I'll ask what the fuck I want. You know what I'm saying? But thank you for So, man, we're gonna wrap up the show. Hope you enjoyed it, man. You know what I'm saying? So this has been Christian, the Digital Street Show. You know what I'm saying?
Digital
Street. Pun intended.
Hey, yo, for real. We is a Hello?
Yeah, what's up?
Oh, I'm sorry. What the hell? Here's the link right here. I had to put the
okay, so the link is in there.
It was last week's multiplayer, but it's the hot mic.
Oh, the hot mic. That's after.
Yeah, that still wasn't going. I'm like,
listen to hot mic, man. Catching all these man children buying Labos and shit. Fuck is we doing? You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so next week it will be on Zair's channel.
12 o'clock.
12 o'clock. This time we will be prompt.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I rolled at 11:55, but I was here on time.
No, but then his nose started bleeding. You know what I'm saying? He's like, yo, I'm dying. He's
I caught a nosebleed. I said, yo, you ever seen what's that movie? What's that goddamn movie? Deep Cover, not Deep Cover.
Yeah. Deep Cover. Fishburne?
Yeah, when he had the fake coat, and he said he hit the fake coat, buy it. You know what I mean? My nose used to start bleeding. That's much. I ain't seen Deep Cover in years.
That was the shit back there, bro. Oh shit, what's up, Luca? Yeah, anyway, we about but again, next week hit the like button on your way out. If you're new to the channel, you know, hit the subscribe. We will be on Zair's channel now next week with episode 3 of the Digital Street Show. You know what I'm saying? Listen, we'll talk about fuckboy shit.
Yeah, as always, being the fuck nigga supreme. You know what I mean?
That should be your thing right there in the comments. Yeah. with Thanos Infinity Globes.
Yeah, I need.
You need an avatar, man, like that.
Yeah, hey yo, I need.
Somebody hook us up. Someone hook us up with.
We need some channel art, man.
Yeah, we need some channel art. You know, so put me like in a Puerto Rican. You know, don't fuck with my hairline though. You know, I take that shit. That should hurt my feelings. You know, put a Puerto Rican hat on or some shit.
I'm gonna need some of you knowledgeable brothers here at 7:30, man. I'll be down with some of these fuck niggas on BGST, man. I want to see what shit they come up with today, man. Hey, sometimes, bro, I just sit back and just, man, I laugh.
you know when the creator. It is like, man, we went too far.
Yo, shit that went off rails. And listen, if you're not subscribed, go to the link right. Please subscribe. I need you guys here about 7:30.
Yo,
I listen. Sometimes I just
yo, Lando Bugger, man, give me some money, help me out with my hairline and shit. You know what I'm saying? I need Bosley.
Yeah, I forget that the goddamn show be live, man, and I be sitting back making making faces and shit like shit. I'll stand by the decision and. By talking about shit, people should be done taking pictures of the goddamn cracking. Like shit be crazy, man. Damn.
Yo, it's crazy, man. But hey, I hope you all enjoyed the show. You know what I'm saying? This is your boy Puerto Rock 77, and of course, the supreme leader. You know, my man got a doctorate in fuckology. You know what I'm saying? So again, we'll check you out next week on his channel, episode 3, Digital Street Show. You know what I'm saying? That's it. We out this motherfucker. Bacon grease.